Right, we are here. Episode 5 of the build-up redemption to Lakeland. Still blowing out my arse. Nothing's changed. 5th of July, the day England meet Mexico at the Azteca. Was it under 5,000 people? Big game. Big game. But we'll see. Not I'm an expert, but I was did go to camp in California, which was 6,500 feet up. Camp Tullacoya, 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 and it took me a while to get used to it. First couple of days I remember I was blowing just walking around, so yeah, they're in for it, just like I am now. But we're back and we're going up Coppers again. We're going up. The road to Lakeland is upon us. Every time I start filming, someone rocks up. It's a joke. Right, we're on the road to Lakeland, not officially, but we are on the 5th of July, 19 days away. So we're on Sunday. Did 7 miles on Friday. Felt good, so I've come up and done 6 miles today. No pain, it's recovered well, so give it another couple of days now and we'll go again. But yeah, episode 5. Episode 4 was chaos, so this one's going to have a bit more structure to it. In terms of, I'm going to talk through kind of the 20 years to cancer story, go through a few of my stories that I had when I was 17. Chemo, radiotherapy, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just the funny things that you would probably never know of what happens during chemo. Hair falling out, shaving your pubes, eyelashes falling out, just general things like that. And obviously talk about the 2023 Lakeland 100, some of the stories there, shitting myself on Fusedale. Excuse my language. Didn't have any toilet roll, so used a bandage. So just general stuff, general chit chat and that. And then just probably a bit about my training, my life, where I'm at as a 37, 38 year old amateur athlete. What I've done, where I've been, where I'm aiming to go. Yeah, just general things, but hopefully, like I said, a little bit more structure, and we'll take it from there. And just try and be as honest as I can about stuff, which I believe I have been. And with my life at the moment, it's kind of taken a bit of a U-turn where I was going and where I thought I was going anyway. But I'm still learning life in terms of, like, people talk about listen to your head, listen to your heart, and all that stuff. But realistically, that feeling in your stomach is the one that you should follow. If something seems right, it is. And if something seems wrong or a little bit off, it usually is. And I think your brain sometimes can override that feeling, and your brain puts you in a scenario where you think you want to be, but deep down it's probably not. And yeah, 37, I'm still learning that, so let's take it from here. Fresh start, let's go again. So just a quick one, been for my 6 mile run, used the trail trainer. Not for me. Blistered, well, not blistered, but hot spots on just beneath my big toes. That's after 6 mile, but I felt it after about 2, so luckily I did no more. It's an expensive hobby running, because I've tried these now on trail. They're a mess, can't send them back, and if they're blistering already off first one, they're going to carry on blistering. Such a shame, because they're pretty comfy, but I say they're comfy, they're blistered. So some size 9 OMs will probably get in sold or passed on, should I say. Shame, because I had high hopes for them. But the Hoka Tecton X3, can't beat them. The best trainer I've worn up to now, and it's going to stay that way, so let's have it. Right. All we really know, it's a different day with a change of t-shirt. Actually went back because I had the same yellow one that I had 2 days ago. So yeah, right, Tuesday the 7th of July, 17 days till Lakeland. Pretty real today. The fact that how far it is, and like, I've been thinking over the past couple of weeks of what I actually went through last time, and it's such a long way. Like those that have done it over 50, like it took me 23 hours from Howtown to Coniston, and it was, I think, nearly just short of 10 hours from Ambleside to Coniston. 15.5 mile, 10 hours, 1.5 mile an hour. So yeah, so if you ever think you're struggling and you're not going to finish, you can. But yeah, so I'm going to talk you through cancer stories, etc. How the 100 started. I don't know how I'm going to put it all together, but I'll do my best. But for those who don't know, at 17 I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 2A. And Hodgkin's lymphoma is pretty much around the chest and neck area, like the lymph nodes are affected. But 2A, 1 being your best, 4 the worst. 2A was pretty decent. But at 17, I was a bit too young to really realise what was going on, in all honesty. And these stories are from 20 years ago, so obviously things would be slightly different. But I think the first sign I had it, without knowing, it was obviously I had a lump on my neck. My girlfriend at the time, Emma, she was like, you need to get it checked out. I was like, nah, don't worry about that. But the other little signs, I remember one of them was when playing footy, and I remember a clash of knees, and I just went down crying on pitch. I was literally sobbing, but there was no real pain there, and I still can't figure out today why, but I'm guessing there was something related to that. And then in the pub later on that night, in the pub, I apologised to Tony because I'd had a go at him during the game, like quite aggressive. Can't remember what for, but that wasn't me. So I apologised in the pub, thought nothing of it, but over time, that was pretty much the start of what was the cancer kind of taking over my emotions, my feelings, my temper. I think that was the start of it. So yeah, a bit of a weird one. But obviously, it escalated from there. Had a lump on my neck, went and got it drained, and then the test results came back at Chorley, that's where we went to, and said it was malignant. And I remember going, like, what does malignant mean? And my mum, obviously at the time, obviously knew. She was upset, she thought, I remember this. Obviously malignant is cancerous. And I was like, right, sound, we'll deal with it. But at that point, mum and dad, obviously upset, but they were strong, they knew what to do. And yeah, then it was just a case of basically being sent to the Christie, going through the tests, the scans, and the scans are then what determine what stage it was, which was obviously 2A. And it's kind of a process from there, right? What treatment, how is it going to be? But yeah, the treatment, etc. I've got a list at home of what it was, but I can't pronounce it. Well, yeah, chemotherapy and radiotherapy was the plan, which is what happened, which obviously worked. But like the little stories, there's loads of little stories from the beginning. But obviously with chemotherapy, it's basically just a poison. So, like they told me I had to go and basically get some sperm frozen because like there was potential that could damage my sperm and later in life, if I wanted to have kids, etc., then I'd have an option. And they're still there. I've checked up. It was 2 years ago, so they're still there, frozen. But the funny thing was, it's obviously 17 at the time. They'd advised me it was the best part of it was you needed to be 5 to 7 days was the premium count is what you wanted. But I think the funny story is that went in, it was 20 years ago, it was just porn mags, and I remember it was just 70s porn mags. And all you men that are a bit older than me, you'll know, and even you women, you'll know, just in a little box room, they hand you a cup and then basically say go and do your business. But the funny thing with it is, like, obviously I couldn't drive, so my mum was my mum knows what's going on, and the room was only about, I don't know, 4 or 5 metres away. And then it's a case if you had to walk, it's weird this, you had to walk back to reception, like through the doors, and people just waiting there. So you've obviously got this tub of semen, and my mum sat there, and you're standing back to reception like nothing's happened. Big sweat on, big graft. Obviously not, but to be fair, me and my mum, we knew what we were going to go through, and this was nothing, so it was never an issue. We were doing it for a purpose, and then I had to go back a couple of weeks later. But that 5 to 7 days didn't listen the second time round, so I got a bit of a telling off for that, because the second one wasn't as good as the first one for reasons. But yeah, that's that little story. There's many more, and as they come along I'll throw them at you. But yeah, that's that. The spare bike story. Enjoy. Jesus. Tell you what, this hill will be the making of me. Simple as that. This is where the comeback's happening. Sweat. Maybe no blood. Come. Tears, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. We're back. Maybe. Not we're back. The comeback is back. Yeah, that's better. That's better. See, I don't see this, but like my hair now, that's coming down like copies. It could be anything. Anyway, right, to the cancer story. To the Lakeland story. I was introduced to it by Pete Battersby, arch nemesis and enemy / rival of Dan Biggs. So I think Pete had done it in 2019. I think he did his first 50, and then his first 100 was 2021. Really hot year. It was only last minute on the Saturday. I booked a hotel Lakeside, top of Windermere. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go to Ambleside. So I checked in, got my stuff, got my vest on, because my plan was to just do a little bit with him. I didn't really know what the 100 was. So I ran through Ambleside, everyone clapping me, and like, I really didn't have a clue what was happening. Just waved, did whatever, and that was like my first introduction to it. I actually made him a sausage butty as well, and 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, whatever it was, refused the sandwich. Obviously outside assistance, not allowed it, are you? But a certain someone did have it about 2 in the morning, so it didn't go to waste. But that was my first introduction, and I ended up doing like 8 up and downs the hill outside Ambleside. Went back to the hotel, watched some Olympics, because it was the one that was delayed. Went bed, and then that was me hooked, in the sense of I wanted it. So 2022, lucky, well, got a charity spot, and then went and smashed it. So yeah, 2022 was my first year. Now I'm fit then. Phone's ringing. We're back. My work called, you answer. Well, especially when it's afternoon. But yeah, 2022, yeah, I was fit. In my fastest time I've done 9:44:37, I think it was. And then went to run on a PB, 2:44 at marathon a couple of months after that, Chester. But that was 2022 was the year that got me into 2023, in the sense of I put a post up in June, because when I was working away I had a call from the Christie basically saying that I was now cancer free, I was off the books, I didn't actually have to physically visit the hospital anymore, which was massive for me, in the sense of I always had to go, no matter what. I was always reminded of what was, which wasn't a bad thing, but she's coming again. Wasn't a bad thing, but I like it on my own terms. If I do a challenge or speak about it, it's on my own terms. So yeah, it was a bit of a special moment, that, which was good. So from that, I always put a Facebook post on explaining what had gone on. Like 16, 17 years. And then Mark picked up on it, Mark Lakeland, sent me a message, told me to be at the presentation, and then that was pretty much that. Mark invited us up on stage, asked me what my time was. I had to do it under 16 hours, and then from that he was like, right, well, do you fancy place at 100? And to be honest, on the stage I said yeah. 2 days after I said no, and then about a week after I was like, you know what, let's have a bit of it, let's have a bit. So I did, and that was the start of the Lakeland 100 journey, and it could be hours long, this, but the build up to it was unbelievable. I ended up getting coached by Brendan at the end of Brendan Townsend at the end of 22, and with him really probably the fittest I've been. Yeah, lucky for me, I think at that point I just wanted to race everything. I ended up injured, and then stopped with Brendan, because I was like, well, I want to race this, and to be fair, I was just uncoachable. But it's kind of one thing I regret with that, because it was going so well. I was literally, I remember doing like a 34-minute 10k after a 22 Lakeland recce, 22-mile Lakeland recce. So yeah, went to the 100. Injured to an extent, but just went about it wrong way. And then the week before it, did Coniston to Seathwaite, 33 mile, 8,000 feet week before. Hurt my foot, just knacking myself out. But yeah, that's another story for another day. That I'm knackered now, so. Right, we're back again, heading towards White Coppice. Thursday, the 9th of July. Look at the hurt. The hurt is on point this morning. And by the way, this camera is magnetic, so I can literally stick it stuff and it stays there without any movement. So as you can see, it is hands free, so it's all safe. Even though it does move a little bit. But yeah, we're safe. We're safe. Safety first and all that lot. So yeah, White Coppice, 9th of July. Back on nights tonight through Clitheroe. I believe the Tour de France is going through there next year, 2027. So we are doing like a 2-mile stretch for Clitheroe Golf Club up through to just short of the centre of Clitheroe. Whether I get any footage of it or not is a different matter. But just so you know, if the road's really, really nice and you drive through Clitheroe, then just think of me when you're driving through there, because no doubt it'll be a 10 out of 10 job. So yeah, right, let's go and do some running. It's well up. It's not even 10 o'clock and it is well up. So white shirt today, white shirt. Let's have it. Yep, that's how I feel. These sheep have the right idea. I don't want to disturb them really because they're in shade. It's going to look quiet. Eyeballing me. Now let's do a bit nice section this in shade. Whew. Yeah, this is not in 3 mile, warm. Bit of water light, but it's warm. Ooh, right, we're going further than Great Hill today. 3.5 miles at the top. So we're going to go and do another 1.5 miles. Won't get to the mast, but we'll end up in either road. But look at that, lovely on a day like this. It's hot though. Slowed it right down. Probably taken about 6 minutes longer to get to the top than the past few days. Because I'm not daft. I know where I need to be. And in 15 days time, I know for a fact I'll be taking on a journey that will require moving for a long time and at a slower pace. And that's that. So this is exactly that. Wish I could have had 6 months building up, but I've not. So here we are, 15 days out, trying to get back to it, enjoy the scenery as much as keep saying that. Right. I enjoy the suffering a bit as well. So this and the heat, I enjoy it. It's a challenge. I'm literally sweating my tits off. Yeah, over there we go. Looks pretty epic, that, doesn't it? Never really stopped and looked at this. I've always just ploughed through. Does help with blue sky. Some reservoirs over there. Right, I'm going back up. I try to keep this short because my arm ends up hurting. Right, if you're interested, a cancer story. So before I started treatment, so when I'd been through the test where they straightened my neck, and one of the other ones I was forgetting about was the what do they call it? Lumbar puncture. I think it's a lumbar puncture, massive needle. I can't remember how long it was, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and like, I'm not a medical professional, so don't take this procedure as this is what it is, but I think it's basically to test your bone marrow. I don't know, if it's a test site, it might not be, that's what I think it is. Test the bone marrow, whether the white blood cells, the red blood cells produce properly, whether the cancer has spread to it, which is found in leukemia and other kind of stronger cancer, shall I say. But yeah, I was kind of put under for that, and I think you kind of put it in, you lay it on your front, knees up to your chest, and you're forced in. But I remember Mum saying that the woman at first couldn't actually get it in because the bone was too dense or whatever it is. Bone's hard, isn't it? So yeah, and then they suck it out. I'm going to say bone marrow. I'm sure Natalie Croft, can you, if you watch this, can you confirm what that actually is? Because I know you know your stuff. But yeah, that was one of them. And obviously I don't remember seeing it, but I remember seeing the needle. It's massive. It's like a hollow tube that you stick in you. So yeah, that's another one. That's another one for you. But you're not for your thing, so just something different, weren't it? So yeah. By the way, Steve, deep mud keeps path. Should say beware of death. Death is possible because Steve, back in there, probably 2020, 2021, his head was popping out of there, neck deep in it, neck deep, or maybe it was this one. But that, even at summer, that is 6 foot, 7 foot deep. Well, a good 4.5 foot anyway, Steve. We're back. Horseflies just done me. Let's take you back to nature for a little bit. Let's calm things down. And breathe. 1, 2, 3. It's well hot. It's absolutely well hot. 9 miles. I drank me a bottle of water about 4 miles ago. Yeah, lovely that. Lovely few seconds, weren't it? Right, so 10 mile done and chipper open. So gone with a double sausage. If I get to bottom here, a double sausage in offer, I'm taking it. But yeah, bit of protein back in, some salt, and always a can of Coke. And then basically go make some dinners, have a couple of hours sleep, then go to work. So yeah, productive day. 15 days to go. Right, good morning. I don't know what the footage looks like. Obviously when I'm editing I will know what it looks like, but that is what Tarmac looks like. And that's what going round and roundabout looks like when you've got your camera stuck on wheel. But yeah, 3 in the morning. Head torch lasted 4 hours, which is good news. And yeah, that's it. We do it again tomorrow. We do it again tomorrow. What do we do tonight? 560 tonne, 600 tonne. So yeah, pretty good effort. Probably similar tomorrow as well. All the way through to Clitheroe. And the idea is you have 2 pavers, one working along one working along next to the other one. And then there's no joint in the middle of it then, which if you're ever driving down the road you'll have a look where the white lines are and you'll see a joint normally, where with this you won't see it. So really there's no weakness in the road, and there should be no failures caused from it. So yeah, right, let's go get some kip in half an hour when I'm back home. Look at them beauties. Architecton X3. Give them a whirl out today. Bargain on sports shoes. I think they were, I said bargain, under 30 quid, but I think I got my first pair for like 220, so I couldn't say no. Carbon plate, nothing gets in this bit. Nothing at all, so they're the ones for me. See if we can break a new pair in before 100. Right, so we're on Sunday the 12th of July. Smashed the Norwegians last night. Smashed them. To be fair, it was a horrible game. Not as bad as Mexico in terms of nerves, but it was still horrible. I can't put any footage on for the World Cup as well. The last lot got taken down for whatever reason. It is not allowed to show any footage of the World Cup on YouTube. All I put on was the open ceremony with Shakira. Unfortunately, you've missed out on it because of YouTube's rights. But yeah, we're at semis. Orgies on Wednesday. At the moment, I'm meant to be on a night shift. I'd be devastated if that would get changed. Devastated. Because it's such a big game. Everyone knows it's follows footy. What was it? 1998, weren't it? Quarterfinals. I think it was quarters. What was it, second round? Can't remember, but obviously 2-2 went to penalties. Beckham being sent off. So Campbell disallowed goal, etc, etc. And then we went to Korea in 22 and beating 1-0 at groups, didn't we? Beckham penalty. Beckham with his tears. So yeah, massive game. And they've not looked good. They've not looked good. I'm not saying we have, we've not. But that game yesterday against Norway, you're talking what, 35, 36 degrees. They were saying like 42, 43 potential humidity. So yeah. France looked good. Spain have just looked like they've looked for the past 12, 14 years. They know how to play football and they know how to win. And they're composed. They can knock it around at back. They can keep the ball. And they're happy to keep the ball. But we kind of still don't really have that identity. But we've got Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. And it'll be 23 degrees in the stadium next week. So let's have it. I'm going to go and run up Coppice. Don't know how far yet because it is 20 past 12. And it's warm. But if England can do it, I can. So let's take it from there. And another shirt, different day. Trying to go for all my shirts, so I'm not clashing. Look at her, mental. Day 180. 180. A bit windy. Right, we're doing legs at the gym as well. We're doing legs at the gym. And yeah, it's hard running when you've done legs. Just get used to it. Get used to it. Look at that. Mormon church over there, which I believe is one of the biggest in the world or something. See it? But yeah, just working out the goal pace. 3 miles an hour gives me 35 hours, which is 20 minutes per mile. So, just gonna keep calm when it comes to race day. Fuel right. Chris Hayes. I know it's simple advice, but set the alarm every 30 minutes, and then there's no excuses then. It's going off every 30 minutes. Pretty straightforward stuff, but there's the bits that get around. Knowing I've got 20 minutes a mile, 21, 22 minutes a mile after I've met the cut-off points, it's pretty decent. So even on the flats, you could just keep moving at a reasonable pace. Like now I'm moving at, what, 18 minutes a mile. I'm on 40 heart rate in heat, so yeah. Tactics, let's see if I can, I've been able to train and run fast in the past. Can I slow it down? Do I actually have it in me to slow it down? I think that's the biggest test. Can I accept that the only way I'm going to finish this is between 35 and 40 hours, and I slow the shit out of it? I just hope that everything goes well on the other side. Only one way to find out, there in 12 days. But off the last few runs, Achilles, absolutely nothing, no stiffness, no pain, there's no niggle there, which is good. Nothing silly. Don't know if you've heard a word of this, but let's have it. Look at that. Oh, no way. Can I get it? That's what you get for messing about, it. It's what you get for messing about. Got away with it. It's too big. Another one. Stop messing about, look. Shit all over me out. Deserve that. Uphill section, so I can speak. Right, on day 180. I've not cut my the Lakeland PB on the road and the trails. I thought by this time of year I'd be approaching Lakeland 100 fit, and this would be a second PB I'd be attempting, but it's not. It's the first PB and the most difficult. Maybe the easiest, in fact that I've got a longer time to do it, but the most difficult because it's 105 miles, which is absolutely insane. But going to be last 100, I think I covered last time that I'd obviously got into it. I did explain probably 6 days before I did 33 miles. Wore some new trainers, which hurt my ankle, which when I set off was hurting, which was just daft stupidity. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do 33 miles 6 days before, but I'm not in that shape at the moment. So, but we go into it open-minded. And last time I set off like really well. And people have said I set off too fast and looked through times, and I didn't set off too fast. I set off well within myself. And so first checkpoint Seathwaite, 7 mile, absolutely fine. Went up the hill slow, went down the hill slow, no issues. Next one was Boot, fine again. After that it was Boot to Wasdale, spent a lot of time with Danny Brunton. Spent a good few miles with him there. Once again, absolutely fine. Had my rice pudding, fueling well. Then from there it was Wasdale to Buttermere, and ended up meeting Pete coming down Blacksail. Ended up with him in Buttermere, which then sausage butty, well should I say hot dog butty, which you look at, there's nothing in them. So just be warned, if you think you're getting substantial stuff in there, the bread is the only thing you're getting that's actually decent. The hot dogs have nothing in them. Then after that, it was another 7 mile to mile 33 at Braithwaite, which was absolutely fine again. Probably 2 in the morning. Had some pasta, about 3.5 pieces of pasta. You might as well just have a gel. Just have a gel, because there's no point sitting down and wasting 15 minutes queuing for that and having it. But hopefully it'll be a bit better this time. And then the problems didn't really start developing. It started raining. So during the night it started raining. Found my feet blistering. And that was towards the egg tunnel, which is down the tarmac path through Keswick. Down like where the Keswick Park run is. And then found myself in bus shelter for about half an hour, but amateur mistake by me. My plasters and that and my first aid bag wasn't waterproof. So my plasters were wet, everything I put on was wet, and nothing worked. So it was from there to Dockery down the Old Coach Road was graft. I'm still feeling fine. Coming into the Oceans in the first morning. Felt alright. Spent some time with Pete again on Old Coach Road, separated at Dockery. Got some soup and a roll. Left there. Started climbing around Ullswater. And still was fine. Was chatting to this guy. The first guy was absolutely fuming because he saw someone in Keswick get some gel dropped off. And he was motoring. He was fuming, the French guy, trying to catch the other guy because he was like, well, he's cheating. Which is fair enough. And I think for me, it was the stretch probably after Ullswater, probably about 4 or 5 miles before Delman, which was 55 mile in. That's where I was struggling in terms of energy, and I hadn't eaten anything proper, and I didn't have gels, and that's where my downfall was. That's where it started to kind of not fall off, but just the little errors and little bits of neglect started creeping in. Obviously got to Delman, was in a bit of a state because obviously been out there 15 hours or so. Had the stew, set off, got through the field, got towards Pooley Bridge, ended up speaking to this woman who was meeting her husband on Fusedale. She'd had cancer before, we ended up speaking about cancer, which was a nice chat. And I ran pretty well into Howtown. But as soon as I got to Howtown, it was like, right, I need a toilet. And I spent, 20 minutes in the toilet. Probably went back in again before I'd left. But that's where my stomach had gone. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end for me. Stomach issues just started. Couldn't really eat anything. And from Howtown, I remember walking out of the tarmac hill and I'd put some pickled onions, potatoes in a bag. And because the pickled onions are still wet, the pretty much all of it dropped out of the bag, the paper bag, and started just rolling down the hill away from me. And like I couldn't run, and I was hunched over, so I just let him go. And then halfway up Fusedale, I had to sort my plasters out again, my blisters stuff, but it was just an excuse to stop, because that was the point where my stomach was just, I didn't know what to do. I had no comeback from it. And I just started marching up. Pete, Dave Brunton ran away from me. The 50 runners, they started coming past at the top of Fusedale. Obviously it was 2023, so a different start. And then it really became an issue at top of Fusedale, where I came to top of Fusedale, bird left out of there, and I spent probably another half an hour just behind a hill. Obviously bad stomach again. I continued again, but that was the point where I was like, I am screwed here. I am absolutely screwed. I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't stand up straight because I was like hunched over. I could run when I was hunched in like a, 70-degree angle. But yeah. So yeah, it was from Fusedale, and then I'll talk to you another time about the battle of Fusedale. Bandages were involved, first aid kit were out, everything. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to carry on running because I've just walked down this hill. Story time. Enjoy.